Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, July 28th, 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you're well. I hope you're happy. If you're new to this podcast, please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com. It's all about my work, all about my upcoming events, and you can hit the schedule appointment button on any page. And if you're here every week listening, throw up appreciation for you. I'm so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please be sure if you're listening to this on YouTube to like, subscribe, and share. I'm also on Instagram under Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. I'm on Facebook under business page Lisa M. Hopp, Spiritual Coach and Medium. And I know I am because I've caught it before. I'm also on Spotify and other media places. So thank you if you're joining me from there. I appreciate again so much everybody that listens to me. A lot of people listen that don't tell me. There's like a secret majority. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can only measure it through word and through YouTube subscribers, which is why I encourage you to like, subscribe, and share. And share if you feel that someone would benefit by listening to this podcast. It's the only reason I do it. So yes, it would be a great service. Thank you so much. So today's topic: how to stop breaking. I have to admit that I borrowed this week's topic from a hypnotist named Anthony Serino. He does have over 1 million subscribers on TikTok. He is also on YouTube. I happened to thankfully catch an interview with him this week, and he's a young man and a great energy, a hypnotist, if I didn't already say it. And he does work just like me. He does work just like me to help his clients and his listeners to remove their blocks so that you can be unlimited and open to receiving and achieving all that you would ask for. And why I am using the topic, how to stop breaking, is that he used an example, a symbolism, which was so perfect. You know, we all say the same thing, but we say it in our own way. And so I know for me, I love to listen to my peers and love to listen to experts that put it in their own way, because sometimes hearing it differently resonates with you in a whole new way. It further reinforces it rather than be on repeat mode. So he put it wonderfully that when you ask for something in your life, whether you ask for money, success, health, you start off hitting that gas, but then you don't get very far. You immediately go on the brake. So you go nowhere. You don't even leave your driveway. You can't make it down the road. You need to be consistently on that gas to see the manifestations, to see the results, to see the success that you deserve. So why do we hit the brakes constantly? Our own inner programming, our feelings, our thoughts. And sometimes they're embedded, they're deep within us, they're invisible. They're not always outward, they're not always loud, they're not always even coming out of our mouth, but we often do speak the way we truly feel. So here's a good example. And I bet you a lot of you go through this. You want prosperity. You want to be financially free. And in different ways. Maybe you're starting a business. Maybe you just want to have the freedom to travel where you want to travel, or for all of your loved ones to be all right. So you ask for it. You affirm it. I am prosperous. I am abundant. You know I'm a fan of affirmations, and you should affirm. But as you're affirming, you're hitting the brake. And why are you hitting the brake? Oh, I don't want more than another. Or maybe you don't feel worthy. or deserving. Maybe you're afraid that you're being greedy, because we're taught, a lot of us, when we're very young, that if you're spiritual, if you're going to heaven, you shouldn't want wealth. The whole eye of the candle needle nonsense. No, yes, we should never want wealth or use wealth to harm another, because that comes back on us. And it just is negative. And negativity is always harmful. But is there a source that says you should not want financial freedom? No. Is there a source that wants you to live in poverty? No. Poverty is the great sin. It is not wanted. It is not necessary. It does not give you a better life here. And it certainly will not give you the keys to heaven. What is wanted more is that we are wealthy and abundant, and we serve others with it. We shouldn't necessarily judge, but yes, it is, understandable when we look at someone who has so much money and uses it only for their own gratification. And you think, wow, how many children would that feed? How many hospitals would that build? How much can that help? And why aren't they? It would be so fun. It would be so fun. Oh, I'm helping. This is fun. So yes, that's an energy we don't want to be a part of. But it doesn't mean that we should live in lack. It is not necessary. It is not wanted for us. And it comes to us from others. It comes to us, this lack, from perhaps our families, our pastors, anybody who has judged us or programmed us, but it comes to us from our ancestors, not even our parents. It comes to us from our grandparents and our great-grandparents, from our DNA. And they get us when we're young, when we're hearing things, when we're impressionable, when we don't know the difference between truth and false. And so, I always smile at this one when we walk around saying money doesn't grow on trees. It literally does. It does, because it needs paper in order to be produced. Do you know that there's millions of dollars produced every day, created every day? And I'm not going to get into a debate with economists or experts. But yes, they can always print more. But it doesn't always have to come through money. It can come through prosperity coming to you through food, through breaks at the store, through gestures and gifts and other ways. Abundance can come in multiple ways, and abundance has a flow. And you're supposed to be a part of that flow, where you give and receive, and give and receive. Not just give, not just give, not just give, because your coffer's empty. When your coffer's empty, that's where poverty comes from. That's where lack comes from. You get what you put out. But also to the other end, you're not supposed to just receive, because then there's an imbalance. There should always be balance. The other day I had to ask someone to help me at the store. And then within a few minutes, somebody else asked me to help them. And I went, of course, balance. But always keep in mind that you are worthy, you are lovable. So notice your brakes. Notice that foot that's jammed on that brake. How do you feel about money? Ask yourself, how do I feel about it? Am I afraid of success? Am I afraid of wealth? I will tell you what I work on is when I was an impressionable child, the Manson murders happened. It's not the only impact on me. So I grew up in a state of fear about the wealthy being targeted. And then it was built upon, increased by those around me being afraid that when you have, people may rob you. I still hear that today. And so I have to make sure that that is not a reason for me to put my foot on the brake. But guess what? It's one of the reasons I put my foot on the brake. So here's what I do when I catch it. Well, I go to work on it without catching it. I use an emotional freedom technique or tapping to tap on it. Even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely accept myself as I tap on the different meridian sites. It can be self-talk, it can be tapping, it can be pushing through it by refusing to hit the brake. However you do it, push back what you learned. And do not live in fear, because fear is the number one reason for slamming on the brake. Love. Love. We ask for a wonderful, happy, loving relationship. And then we slam on the brake. What if I get what I had in the past? They're always going to be like that. They're never going to change. We're always going to fight about something. Once cheated on, always cheated on. Can't trust. These are all slamming on the brakes. Hit the gas and know that what you ask for is yours to receive, but you must be ready to receive it. I can trust again. I can make sure that I receive what I want to receive. I'm going to be very clear on it, what I want, whether it's in a current relationship or one that I want to come to me. I'm going to focus on my blessings. I'm going to focus on being happy. I am not going to hide under a rock, but yet ask for love. You see what we do? Health. It's tough. And yes, personally, I understand. But you cannot heal or cure anything from a state of negativity or focusing on just the illness. Notice how you feel. If you're feeling negative, if you're feeling fear, you're working against yourself. If you're not healing your rage, if you think that, anything that works against you, it's not that it's not understandable. That's not what it's about. It's about getting into your most powerful place. And being in a body that you know is well, no matter what labs say or scans say. I am in a state, a body of wellness. And you walk around like that, like out of body. I am one with wellness, one with healing, and ignoring what any scan or blood work would tell you until eventually it changes. New you, new body. You can't heal a body by residing in an old mindset, in an old one. And I know I don't want to say so many people, but It's incredibly hard to tell someone you're not going to get the healing you want. This is going to continue because of how they're talking and how they're feeling. But you can't make somebody change. You can't fix it for them. There's not a magic cure on the outside that is going to save you. It has to start with the inside, and then you'll get the outside to help you. It always has to start with the inside first. Feeling whole, feeling peaceful, feeling joy, feeling happiness. Achieving that for the most part consistently, and then watching things occur on the outside that support your path to wellness. We can hit the gas all we want and go into the treatments. But when we have the rage within us, when we have any stress within us, any anxiety that's large, we're hitting the brake. We are hitting the brake. Now, you're a human. You are a spiritual, energetic being having a human experience. So yes, of course, you're going to have moments. Don't beat yourself up for those moments. Just try to get off the brake as much as you possibly can. Because yes, there are teachers around us that will test us. There will be a doctor that will be just clinical and will not believe in anything that they may say stay positive, but they're all about just the labs and just the scans. You take care of your vehicle. You take care of your vehicle in every way. You see, Mr. Sereno, he said this as well. We all have an operating system like a computer. So very true. We have a subconscious mind and a conscious mind. The conscious mind is the one where we use it actively. We're doing the math. We're thinking through things. We're thinking about what we say first. Subconscious mind is our operating system. It has all that programming that we received when we first arrived on this earth. All that hidden stuff and all that obvious stuff. All those fears, those biases that are given us. Those that are racist. And maybe some of you have that within you. Bigotry and racism. You didn't come here with that. You were given it. It was instilled, programmed into your operating system. But here's the wonderful thing. Just like you can go from Windows 10 to Windows 11 and so on, you can change your operating system. And you do that through hypnosis. You do that through affirmations. You do that through how you self-talk. In any way, you can change it for the better. And you don't have to do it all at once. You can do it one step at a time and one day at a time. So catch yourself. What's your operating system doing? Is it what you really want it to do? Or do you want to change it to give yourself better wealth, better health, a better life overall? Love. If your operating system says that you don't have luck, you're always not going to have luck. If your subconscious says that you shouldn't ask for too much because you'll be greedy, you're not going to have too much. You're not going to have enough because it's telling you to go to the back of the line in reception. If your inner subconscious is afraid of success, you will not have success. So go at it. Go at it. And how you can, without going to a hypnotherapist like me, is to sit down. Actually, I'm going to be starting a 12-step program that has you talk through it. You can talk through it. Ask yourself, how do I feel about this topic? Where is it located? What age did it start? Your subconscious mind has all that information. And then you go out transforming it. I was told at 3 years old, I'm not enough. I am more than enough. I am more than enough. I am more than enough. And you repeat it over and over again, like a marathon all day long. And also, as much as you can, feel and see your life in the conclusion of what does it look like when you know you're more than enough. Start your day with those thoughts and end your day with those thoughts and feelings and pictures. But also gratitude. Feel grateful as much as you can, milking it for what you do have to be grateful for. So very important. So anybody who's a spiritual expert that helps with manifestation is insistent. Feel that gratitude. It's not always, it's not always easy as we travel this life, but find the smallest thing. Okay, right now I just had a meal. I have a roof over my head. I mean, I have the car I want, but I have a car to drive. Whatever you can do to milk gratitude is so, so very important and necessary. So very necessary. So today, start seeing, where am I hitting the brake? So don't get frustrated about, I've asked and I've been working. Some people work for years on manifesting. Why? Why is this not working? Years on healing. Years on love. Why? Why is it not coming? Because you're hitting the brake. And the foot is on the brake. And it's not letting off the brake. Take it off the brake. And you'll see changes start to happen, even if you're taking it off a little at a time. So not that I'll ever hear this. Not that I'll ever hear this podcast, but you always, in case he does, thank you, Mr. Anthony Serino, for your idea today. And he is on TikTok with over 1 million followers. He's also on YouTube with some meditations to help with self-sabotage and wealth. I haven't checked him out a lot on YouTube. I've only seen an interview, but, and he's blunt. He's blunt. He'll go right at you. So, he's kind of like a Tony Robbins in that way. No nonsense. I tend to want to come at you more gently. But thank you for the way of wording today of a topic I speak about pretty much every week. And thank you for joining me today. I hope that connected to you. I hope that gave you the aha it gave me. And remember, if you're listening to this on YouTube, to like, subscribe, and share. If you're listening to this anywhere else, also please like and follow. And thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday, a wonderful week, and I will talk to you next time. Many blessings.